Welcome. Our theme this month is underdog. As we might know, an underdog is someone who, despite all odds, wants to make change. But I think underdog is often wrapped up in this American myth of the bootstrapper, right? The pull yourself up from your bootstraps metaphor that says anyone can rise above and make it in America. And we have leaders who espouse this belief that they came from nothing, that the house you're born into doesn't matter. But they don't get the joke that literally you cannot pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's not possible. These same leaders, they're the ones denouncing protests that are happening around the world, led by grassroots organizers, voices of millions who want change, who seek justice. And those leaders, their revulsion at the very idea that Black Lives Matter show that they know not everyone has a fair chance in America, that not all are treated equally. They know that the American bootstrapper is a joke and a myth. But today, we are celebrating the true underdogs, those who are doing the work to make the world a better place, the organizers, the teachers, the healers. And to that end, I want to introduce Ayesha Walker and Myra Jones. Ayesha is one of the co-founders of be-imaginative, along with founding mother Myra Jones. Their work is with a collective of artists, healers, activists, local leaders dedicated to healing our Black and Brown communities through storytelling. And we all know that we need that now more than ever. So without further ado, please unmute yourself and give a warm welcome to Ayesha Walker and Myra Jones.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah. Woo.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much to Creative Mornings. Thank you so much to everybody who got up this morning to come and join us today from all over. It feels so good to be here, and it feels, it's such an honor. It's such an honor. Thank you for showing up. And Mama Myra, I am just so thankful. I can't stop saying how thankful I am to be here with you. I love you so much, and
I love you too,
I'm
baby.
just so thankful. Yes.
You know, see, I told you.
Look at Deontay right there, my brother.
This picture was painted by one of our collectives, Abe. And Ayesha is phenomenal.
I'm your reflection.
I tell you what, like I told her over 3.5 years ago when we came together, and I remind her all the time when I remind her all the time. I said, Isha, because I call her Isha May. Isha May, didn't I tell you? You didn't know what? You didn't really, I don't think you really knew how powerful this was going to be. I mean, from one healing retreat to another one, and being able to gravitate to other mothers and help strengthen them, and just looking at some of the mothers. I'll give Ayesha, I could just give Tamika them, for example, when we first met them, and now look at her shine. So you have so much that, and I think like a lot of us, you know, we don't think we possess what it takes. We think we have to have riches and degrees, you know, in life. No, sometimes it's just experience. Sometimes it's just walking down that path, because Ayesha knows, and some of my close people know, that 20 days before my son's life, for me, 13 years old, I was very close to his family, and he had a heart attack, allergic reaction, had a heart attack and died 20 days before my son. And they ran to get me, and I ran down there, and I said to his mom, I hugged her, and I said, sis, I don't know what to say to you. I've never lost a child. 20 days later, not 20 years, not 20 months, 20 days later, I was right there. I was right there. But the fortunate part of some things in life that I'm grateful for is that I believe he'll bring you to it. If he brings you to it, he'll bring you through it. And be imaginative Oh, I was in Sacramento. They were in Richmond. I had local Sacramento people that were there, but once I got with Be Imaginative, the energy, the vibes, the positivity, I knew I was there to stay. And here we are, almost 4 years later. I'm a founding mother and a part of the collective. I am feeling like a million because I really know that just like they helped pull me out of my dark tunnel, I'm going to help another mother get up out that dark tunnel. You know, and that's what my purpose and my goal is. Before, you know, it's crazy because before I really didn't know, I knew who I was, but I didn't know what my purpose was. But now I know my purpose. And linking up with Be Imaginative and now Creative Mornings, it just confirms for sure what my purpose is. It's just confirmation, and I'm thankful. I'm grateful every single morning. I thank him. I just thank him. Just thank you for letting me wake up feeling like this today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to get up on some days. I didn't want to face the world. I didn't want to think. Now I want to get up. I want to shine. I want to grab a hold of somebody that I can help. And it's an amazing feeling. And I don't think Be Imaginative or Ayesha, I don't think she knew what she was starting. But I see us here to stay, and I want to be a part of Creative Mornings again, because this is awesome. This is just so awesome to me. And I don't think organizations like Creative Mornings, Be Imaginative, other what aren't in the big corporate realm, I think the job that is being done right here with you all is something that needs to be it needs to be highlighted more. It needs to be respected more. It needs to be given the praise and acknowledgement more. You guys are phenomenal. You're phenomenal. And every single person in Be Imaginative has given me something, just being in their presence. And yet, I told my mother one day, I said, Mom, I can't even explain the feeling I get when I'm around them. I didn't have to explain. I took a retreat right out here in Oakland. And my mother was there for 30 minutes and said to me, baby, I see exactly what you're talking about. So it is, you know, I don't know if people think it's a college degree has to come behind real person and acknowledging real people, real life situations, you know, but all you have to do is have a heart, have compassion, have the same desire to improve things that we don't have to stay up the country. We could just look at our neighborhood, look at our own families. And I think we get more support in that area. The sky is the limit.
That's right.
The sky is the limit.
That's right.
And I'm just excited to be a part of something. I feel like I belong to something of meaning, of purpose. And that gives me a whole lot more to keep pushing and striving for. So I'm thankful, and I thank all of you guys. All of you.
Mama, I thank you so much, because I just, you know, I say this over and over again. And I want to give some context around Be Imaginative too, but I want to say this first. That the day that I met you, after we had talked on the phone, and I'm inviting you to this healing retreat, and I have never met you in person, and you showed up that day, and you showed up in your trust and faith. Like, you could have said no, but you were in your journey right where you were, and being obedient to what Creator had in store for you. And we got connected. And that day in that healing retreat, like that, like I have to say it over and over again. That's all a Creator and none of me, none of us. Like, this is straight up spirit here. And
Yep.
I'm just forever thankful for that, you know?
I am too, baby.
I'm so thankful. Just to give some more context. So Be is a collective of artists, healers, and community leaders. And we come together for our community to create opportunities for ourselves, our family, and our community to heal collectively. We do it together. And we are collective of the people that we serve. We are reflections of our mothers. Nifa, who is here, who is also part of Creative Mornings, is part of our collective. Such a phenomenal, beautiful healer she is. My sister, my love, who just has so much love in her. And we host community healing retreats for our mothers and families who have lost children to gun violence. And as we have this conversation, I just want to give the invitation for us to be breathing very, very, very deeply and intentionally today. We come together to hold each other in our grief, not to run from it, but to center ourselves in our grief, inviting our ancestors. Speaking of ancestors, look at that beautiful portrait created by Gabe, G the artist.
My baby.
My brother. Yes, yes, yes. Deontay Jones, who is also one of the founders of Be-Imaginative. He is the founding ancestor of Be-Imaginative. Like, this is spirit work. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people we collaborating with right here.
Yep, that's right.
Like, to never have met him, but to feel his spirit and to feel his blessings all over us. Like, it's so divine.
It is.
We are in this healing retreat space with our artists, painting portraits, with our mothers and families and collective members, sharing our stories. We holding each other, sharing our own healing journeys with each other. And, you know, like really, really, really alchemizing, allowing grief to alchemize us.
Yes, yes.
Farika Bailey, who's the MC of Soul Development, is a huge partner in this work that we do, Imaginative. He always says that grief is still love. It's love in the absence of someone or something. Like, the grief is just still the love, and we stand in the love. So the first part of what we do is we host these beautiful healing retreats that are intimate. And then we have our artists work with our mothers and families to share these narratives of empowerment, to create narratives of empowerment through photography, through paintings, through the music, especially the music of soul development.
Yes. Documentary
film, through all these different art mediums, because art is such a powerful, powerful, powerful avenue for connecting to spirit, for connecting to ourselves, connecting to each other, connecting. Whew, it's so powerful. And the last thing that we do is we host community activation spaces for larger community members to come, and we showcase the artwork. There's community dialogue between our mothers and families, between artists, activists. And this is an opportunity for us to be really intentional about disrupting hopelessness.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And dang, mama, you came that first day at that healing retreat when we came to Sacramento.
And you know what? It was the start. It was the beginning of my real healing journey. That was the beginning. That was the beginning. You guys showed me so much. And I felt like it was okay. It was okay for me to feel like I felt. It was okay for me to cry. It was okay to scream if I wanted to. The love was there. The energy was so magnetic. I will never, ever forget that day.
Me
I will
neither.
never forget that day.
Me
I
neither.
walked away from there. I mean, wow. It was like, I call Ayesha my breath of fresh air. I tell her all the time she's my breath of fresh air because there was a time I used to tell my daughter, Mommy can't breathe. It feels like I'm gasping for air. The hurt was so, it was so deep. It was so intense. And I got to where I could breathe again. Okay. For a while, I literally felt like I was running out of oxygen. I got with Ayesha and Kariga and the whole be-imaginative, and I tell you what, I breathe, I smile, I laugh, I have peace. I'm going to always miss my baby, and there's not a day goes by I don't talk about him. I celebrate his birthday. I celebrate the day the Creator called him home, and I celebrate the day we laid him to rest. So he had one birthday when he was here on earth. Up in the heavens, he gets 3 celebrations down here. And every one of those days, I'm happy. I'm smiling because I don't step into it with the thought of, this is the day my son was killed. I step into that day saying, this is the day that my God called my son home, and we're going to celebrate the time that we had with him. On his birthday, I wake up and I say, this was one of the happiest days of my life. I gave birth to an awesome young man, and God blessed me with 25 years with him. I would have loved 25 more, but I'm able to take the love that I have for my baby and keep it going and keep it going. And I'm going to be doggone sure that I help another mother get out of that darkness. Celebrate your baby's life. That's going to give you what you need. We will see him again. We don't see each other again. But until then, my boy's with me every single day. In my mind, in my heart, and coming down. I speak, my coworkers know who he is. So this is it's a transition that nobody expects. And I know a loss is a loss, but losing somebody from natural causes opposed to at the hand of another individual. And when it's your child, we're not supposed to bury our children. You know, we're not supposed to bury our children. But reality is, it happens. And I had to step out of thinking, why me? Why did this happen to me? And I had to realize, you know what? Yeah, you are a good person. And bad things happen to good people every day. It's how you choose to bounce back from that. And I chose not to stay stagnated. I chose to get up, and I had help getting up. So be imaginative. You are always going to be number one when it comes to when I tell people how I got to where I am after losing my boy. God, be imaginative. And I can name a few individual people, but you play a very, very strong, a very instrumental part in my healing. And I'm forever grateful. And Creative Mornings, you guys are now on that list too. Because y'all don't know what this does. This helps me. This helps me. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I hope anything that we have said, I hope it helps somebody listening.
Something that is so powerful about you is that you are not afraid to go in and to go deep and to feel yourself, feel all your feelings in their entirety, from the joy, from the grief, from the love. Like you're fully expressive, fully expressed. Something that I admire so much. And as I'm hearing you talk about B is what it is because of you. B is what it is because you know how to go in. You know how to go in. You know how to go in. You know how to keep that connection to your baby. You know how to hold on to that. You know how to be guided by that. And I remember when we were in that healing retreat right here in Richmond, And Mama Carolyn was like, I have a therapist. I get help from my mind. This is the first time that I'm getting healing from my heart. And that's because a mother knows. You know that pain. You know that pain. You know that pain better than anybody else because you experienced it. And you see yourself when you see another mother.
You're right.
Which is what makes be-imaginative so powerful, that we are the people that we serve, that you are the people that you serve, that every time you look at somebody, you see your reflection. And I know that my pain, you know, is different. My capacity is different. It's different. However, it's still rooted in the grief and the pain of growing up as a Black woman in Richmond and having to lose so many people in my life to unnecessary issues that are disproportionately impacting Black people. It's so unfair. It's so unfair.
Yes, it is.
However, I know my pain and I connect to my pain. And when I see you, I can see me. I can see the people in my life who I can, and I think that's just what this work is about, an opportunity over and over and over and over and over again to see my reflection, for you to see your reflection and to love on your reflection.
That's right. That's right. And that's what gives us the strength. And that's what gives us the strength. And, you know, I have to say, you, young lady, you took a devastation in your life and you didn't focus on your life. You looked around you, Ayesha, and you looked at what was going on around you. And you took what you got from your own devastation and you reached out and you've helped us and you've helped so many. And you know what? You've only just begun, young lady. We're just jogging right now. We're going to start really running here soon. Okay? So I am so thankful that I had you guys. And that's why I'm so eager and so willing and wanting to stay connected with you, to stay getting out there, because what you guys did for me, baby girl, we got a whole lot of other parents that we can reach out there and help. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I'm just thankful, grateful. And sometimes I realize, and me and you have talked about it, how a devastation in your life, you can turn that around and make it your strength. Mm-hmm. And that's what I have tried to do with losing my son. Mm-hmm. I was strong when I birthed him. I can't crumble now. I got to be even stronger now that I lost him. I have to stand for something or I'm going to fall for anything. And I'm not the fall for anything type of girl.
That's right. And to reimagine what it means to be strong, mama. Like, to reimagine what it means to be strong. Like, the strength comes in the connection to self, to mind, body, spirit, you know? And I just like, oh my goodness. And you doing the same thing. And I think that's what I'm going to say it again. That's what this work is about.
That's what it's about.
And for the allies that we have, the real allies who are really stepping in to really hold up this work, to help hold up this work that we're doing. I think it's also so powerful when a real ally can really connect with self and to find reflection, because I think that's what's happening with all of this senseless issue, these issues that are impacting our world and our country, is that we are refusing to see ourselves as mirrors to each other. It's a refusal. It's a resistance, because we're all reflections here. And oh my goodness. And Nifa, Nifa is
amazing. Nifa is amazing. She's still on. Nifa's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to invite Nifa at any moment, like if you want to say some words also, because my connection to be imaginative, and thank you for touching on that, mama, was through the transition of my twin babies. My twin babies, it happened. I remember Mama Sharon in that healing retreat. I'm all over the place, I just got so many thoughts because here I am in my grief, in my sadness, after having miscarried my twin babies. My babies, Molly and Asada, who I have learned to connect to.
That's right, baby.
Who have connected me to you, to Mama Sharon Bailey, all of our mothers.
All of our mothers.
And I remember being in that healing retreat, the first one, like, what the hell did I just sign myself up for? Because I'm not qualified for this. But then to remember Shirley Johnson's words, Shirley Johnson, powerful Kundalini yoga teacher, therapist, healer, just a magical woman.
All that. Shirley's amazing.
Ain't she?
Oh, I love Shirley.
I do too.
Yes.
Myself.
Yes. I can't say I've come in contact with anybody at a healing retreat, at a photo shoot, anything that we've done. Girl, everybody's energy, it's like whatever energy they had before they walked in that room, it was, if it was bad, it was left out there.
It was alchemized.
Oh, man. It is. I tell you what, when people tell you, Myra, I hear the excitement in your voice when you talk about be imaginative. I said, girl, it's not just in my voice. That's coming from all in here, because that's what they do for me. You know, we'd be on that phone, girl, and my boyfriends always say, you and I should be on the phone, and you just be laughing and talking so like, yeah, because that's what we do. We get excited. We're passionate about what we do.
That's right.
And that's that drive, that's that energy, and the wanting to make a difference. That's the passion. I want to do this. I enjoy doing this. I want to make a difference. I want to be this little fraction of people that make a big world of difference. I want to be a part of that. That helps me. Helping someone else helps me to heal. That's a part of my healing process. You know, and I'm not done healing. It's a never-ending process. It doesn't go away. You don't. No. This is daily. This is daily. A daily walk for me. Mm-hmm. That's why I continue to do my therapy sessions. That's why I continue to stay in tune with the imaginative. That's why I continue to make myself available for anybody who just got into this walk that I've been walking for 4.5 years. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a blessing. And I'm truly, truly grateful and thankful for just being allowed to be a part.
Me too. I am too. And oh my goodness. Now I'm thinking about that first retreat. In fact, and you was like, hey, if you want to get rid of me, you're going to have to take me to divorce court because I'm married now.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm not going nowhere.
You was like, I'm not going nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. So then if you want to get rid of me, you go file your paperwork. They got to serve me, and I know how to relocate and where they can't catch me. You ain't divorcing me. We're in it. This is a lifetime. Connection. You can divorce your husband and all that, but you ain't divorced. I'm not going nowhere. Okay? You don't have to file formal paperwork on me. And I meant that. And look we have been riding ever since.
We have. And I just want to like really say how much healing this has been for me too. You know, this has been extremely healing for me. And the first day that I'm in this space with y'all, with us, and we in here, and for me I remember trying my best. I tried my best. Oh, this whole imposter syndrome stuff. Like, I tried my best to make myself so small. I remember saying over and over, I'm doing this for our mothers. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. Let me make myself small, so that I can create this space where our mothers feel like, you know, where y'all can really take up some real space. And Mama Sharon was not having that. Mama Sharon was like, I'm can we take a moment to appease Ayesha's womb? And she put her hands over my womb and prayed and prayed and prayed for me. Prayed for my womb. I remember her saying, this loss is unique because it happened inside of you. And I'm like, wow, that was such an awakening for me, because my connection to you is through me. Like, duh.
Look at there.
Like, there's no showing up in this work if I'm not connecting to myself. If I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not giving myself what it is that I need in my own healing journey, how can I show up for anybody in their healing journey?
Come on now. Come on. But like you just said, it's a journey. It's a journey. And the best part about it, like when like you said, at the first healing retreat, remember the connection? I couldn't figure out where it was coming from with Mama Sharon. And it was just so magnetic. I didn't know when we embraced, neither one of us let go. We didn't know why we didn't let go, but we were just stuck for a minute. And after we realized, after the fact, our connections was through our boys. Our boys, man, that was like overwhelming in itself, Ayesha. But when she walked in the room, and something just said, get up and go introduce yourself to her. And I did, and we embraced it, and it was something holding our bodies together, to where when we let go of one another, and as we're going around and talking, and I'm looking at Kareem's picture, and I'm thinking, I know that face, I know that face, I know that face. And when she said his name, and I said, wait a minute, did your son work at the community center? And she's, yes. I said, I know your baby. Your baby used to come to my house. Your baby used to check on my son. It was just, that was the whole connection. That's why that magnetic force took place. And I believe the same thing is going on when we do our healing retreats. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I think it is something that, it's unfortunate it hasn't been around before for all the other mothers that need to know about this, but we're here now.
That's right.
And it's, we're about to do this. We're about to take this to a whole nother level, and I see nothing but good growth, and I'm super excited just to be in the presence of it all.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday.
I do too.
I will never forget that moment, because, oh my goodness, me and Nifa that night before, we sat and prayed so hard. And the prayer was, it was so much that came into those prayers. There was so much. There were so many of us praying. And I remember the prayer being, let spirit take over so much that we can't even explain it with any type of logical explanation or reasoning. And I remember you sitting there and you was like, Mama Sharon was talking. And in my head, I ain't gonna lie, Mama, I was like, why is she interrupting her? I was like, what? But then I was like, all of you know what I mean? Let me remove ego. Let me remove ego, because ego want to control and dominate. Let's remove this, because this ain't spirit work. And in that moment, he was like, I know your son. Your son mentored my son. They had a connection. I'm like, what?
We already know. Because we have elaborated on this so many times, and it's like yesterday. It was like yesterday. I will never forget the feeling I felt walking in that space. It was great, baby. And you just need to be held up in high recognition, and just everybody at be-imaginative. You guys are a force to be reckoned with. And unfortunate the circumstances that I became reckoned with you, but there's a reason for every season. And I'm just thankful that I was brought in your path, baby.
I'm thankful too. Me too.
And I love each and every one of you guys.
Yes. Hey.
Hi, Neva Boo. I love you, baby.
Love you too. I just want to say, oh my God.
Oh, look at you, pretty.
How did I get on this thing like this? I just want to say about the underdog, and we're talking about changing narratives and stories. I just want to put out that we right now are changing the narrative around grief. And that right there is how the underdog take over. That's
right, baby.
That we are seen and being heard. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for the space that we have created for our people, for our ancestors, and for our lineage. It's way something that we could have not imagined, but right now, to stand in our grief, to stand in our pain, and to stand in our trauma and use that as stepping stones to heal and help our people. So I'm blown, and Mama, I'm so happy to see you here today, shining like you.
I'm here all weekend. Hey.
I love y'all.
Yes. I love you too, baby.
We out here, and we gonna continue to bring this narrative throughout the world. Like, period. This is the normal. This is what everybody should be doing. We don't have to hide in our pain. We don't have to hide in our trauma. We are human, experiencing this life the way we're experiencing. So accept all parts of yourself. Go deep in your brokenness and hold in that brokenness and use that to elevate and lift yourself. So I want to leave that message for everybody on here. So when you were being an underdog, when we talking about being an underdog and using that power, this is how we change that. This is how we use that. Never be in your sorrows. Never drown in your pain, because we all go through stuff. We ain't nobody perfect on this earth. So
come on.
Those moments to really see each other, to really connect and build. And I'm going to just put that out there.
Go on, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Ashe,
mama.
She came to preach.
Yeah, honey, and she did too. Mm-hmm. I love it. This is the energy that you're supposed to feel when there's negativity that brought us together, or devastation that brought us together. We don't have to wallow in that devastation and that down part of us. We got to build ourselves up and grab a hold of our other ones that ain't got to where we're at yet. I had my therapist appointment the other day via Zoom, and she told me she had a mother had lost her baby 10 years ago. She said, Myra, I immediately thought about you. She said, this woman when she talks about it, it's like it happened yesterday. I said, she needs to be imaginative. She needs our love. She needs to know it's okay to hurt, but she also needs to know what tools are out there to help her find her peace. And one of the things I told my therapist 4 years ago when I first lost my son, my mind knew what happened. My heart just didn't know how to accept it. When I got with Be Imaginative, it helped me teach my heart how to accept the fact that when I woke up in the mornings, I couldn't call my son no more, but I could always keep him in my heart. I talked to him, I laughed, I said, boy, you would have been walked in here and asked me for a piece of this cake, So whatever gives me my peace, I'm not crazy or anything like that. I'm very sane, but it's all right to keep a communication with my boy, So that's what I do. And whatever works and gives you your peace to get where you need to get back, that's what we got to learn to do. I don't care who looks at me crazy when I celebrate June 15th for my son's birthday. I don't care. That's one thing I learned. When I celebrate my child's life, is my choice. Nobody dictates that to me. So I'm going to keep that attitude. I'm going to keep staying in touch with Be Imaginative, doing the work with him. I'm going to tap in with Creative Mornings now. And I'm going to continue to just grab a hold of the different tools that help me be a better me so I can be a better me for somebody else.
Ashe. Thank you, Mama. I love you. It was
I love you, baby.
An honor to be in this conversation with you. And thank you so much to you, to all of the people of Be Imaginative who have made it what it is. And also thank you to Creative Mornings for having us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
For everybody who showed up today.
Yes. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much. If everyone wants to unmute who's still with us, please just say whatever you want to say, applaud or stay silent. That was
This was
powerful.
incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
That
you.
was beautiful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank you so much.
bravery today
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
so
and
much.
your strength.
So powerful. Thank you.
Real blessed.
Shay.
Ashe.
I told y'all we wasn't gonna let no technical difficulties mess us up. I done learned all kind of ways to tell the devil to get out of my face. You know, I tell him to jump on the freeway. I tell him all the time, go get on I-5 or something. You know, we got this. We got this.